Four of them, man. We here. What day is it? Wednesday. It is hump day. Barb Jones, 345, man. Let's get that up on the screen. We got the buzz sprout link on the screen for anybody who needs to download the audio on your Apple Podcast, Spotify, or whatever platform you use. Just go here and you can download it. What's happening, Barb Jones? 345 of them. We in here in the podcast right now, man. We're gonna run down your these last little NFL playoff games that led up to the Super Bowl. We got a little bit of basketball information, a little MLB note. What's happening? This is the second podcast in January. I've been trying to do two a month, which has been going pretty well. We're entering the end of football, so the sports news kind of dries up a little when football stops. You got basketball, you got, um, that's it. That's it. You got basketball. Baseball will start back up in a couple months, but until it's that time of year where football is ending, so the sports news is real slow. But anyways, we're gonna run down these little playoff games. Conference championship games, and then we are going to talk about the Super Bowl. So the Patriots in the Broncos game, just a real slow slog of a game because of the weather, and it was a lot closer than I thought it would be. I thought the Patriots were going to have a more dominant win as opposed to a 10-7 win against Jarrett Stidham, who threw for more yards than Drake May did. Um, a missed field goal opportunity by Sean Payton, and the game was probably going to go into overtime. But because of the weather, it's hard to gauge whether this was actually a bad performance by the Patriots, because I think the weather just played simply too much into this game. Now, going into the Super Bowl, first of all, the Broncos, I think that if maybe Bo Nix was playing, I think the Broncos they could have won this game. 10-7, Bo Nix could have beat this Patriots team. Jarrett Stidham didn't. I think Bo Nix might have been able to. But this is not a bad ending to the season for the Broncos. Broncos had a very successful 15-4 season. This is nothing but the arrow pointing upward, trending upward for the Broncos, who should be at the top of that division. Nobody in that division right now should be competing with the Broncos. So not even the Chiefs, not the Chargers, nobody in that division should be competing with the Broncos. So this should be the Broncos division for at least the next 2 or so years, I'd imagine. And so because of this performance by the Patriots, even though the weather was a factor, I'm not heavy on the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. I'm just not. I think Drake May is kind of young. Things go into factor like that. They did slide out, of Denver with this victory, but it wasn't a real comfortable victory. And then we had a shootout in Seattle, and it was a shootout, boy, and it came down to the wire. The Seattle Seahawks defense has been excellent all season, just like the best defense all season. They've been real good, not the best. I think the Texans was the best, but they've been an excellent defense all season, and they were again. Held the Rams to 27 points. Sam Darnold, I really just am impressed with Sam Darnold. So many teams gave up on Sam Darnold. Everybody called him a bust, yada yada, and the man is going to the Super Bowl. Never did. He is a testament of never giving up. Matthew Stafford, great season, could win MVP. So it's definitely not a failure of a season for him. I'm sure he would have loved to go compete for a second Super Bowl ring, but he has one. So it's not like it's not like this was his only shot. Whenever he decides to retire, he has some hardware. So this is probably more crucial for Sam Darnold, who doesn't have any hardware. beautiful season for Sam Darnold, and just leading the Seahawks to the Super Bowl is just the cherry on top of a really, really good football season for a man that his last team wouldn't even sign after he had a good season with them. Minnesota let the man go. And now he's in the Super Bowl. They wouldn't even sign him after he had a good season with them. So I'm just real impressed with Sam Darnold. Period. Super Bowl wise, I just don't think the Patriots are going to beat this Seahawks team. Sam Darnold is probably at this point a little bit better than Drake May. Drake May's still young. Darnold has way more experience. This Seahawks defense is unforgiving. The 5-point favorite for the Seahawks, hell, I'd probably take. They're a 5-point favorite. I'd probably take that because I don't know, man. The way New England looked against the Broncos, I just ain't buying it. They might not win by 5, maybe take them like by 3. I don't know, but Seahawks are gonna win this Super Bowl. The way they just beat the Rams, and the way the Patriots just looked against a Broncos with a backup QB. Now, there's always chance for an upset. There's always chance for an upset. But, man, the Seahawks are about business this year. And I think it's going to come down to experience and defense. And clearly Seattle has the better defense, in my opinion. But either way, a 5-point favorite is not that much. And I think that's less than a touchdown. And so this should be a close Super Bowl. Very entertaining to watch. It's refreshing not to see the Chiefs in it again. The Patriots have been in a ton of Super Bowls, but I got worn out of the Chiefs there. So, good. I'm satisfied with the Super Bowl result. New England versus Seattle, both teams very capable, good defenses. I just think one team has a better offense. I think the Seattle offense is just flat out better than New England's offense. I'm taking Smith and Jigba over Stephon Diggs 7 days a week. The running game of Seattle is equal or better than the running game of the Patriots. Seattle has a two-headed running game just like the Patriots, and the Seattle two-headed running game is indeed better. So I just don't see the hope here for New England. I don't see where they are better in any way. Seattle matches up or is better in all of the aspects, defense and offense. They have receivers, they have running backs, they have a defense, they have a QB. So the game's going to Seattle. That's my prediction, and boy, am I sticking with that. But anyway, it should be a very exciting Super Bowl. We got left here. Shedeur Sanders made the Pro Bowl. Now I just want to say a few things about this because the Pro Bowl is good QBs like okay. A lot of players now turn down the Pro Bowl has devalued into garbage. It's not even tackle anymore. It's flag football. So the Pro Bowl is flag football and a skills challenge now. That's what it is. So a lot of players turn it down now because the Pro Bowl has turned into a steaming hot pile of garbage. And so, Shedeur got in. If I was Shedeur, I would go to. Shedeur got invited to the Pro Bowl. People are flipping out. Oh, his stats weren't that good. Dude, the Pro Bowl is not. The Pro Bowl is horrible now. Shedeur is doing this for his publicity, doing it for his social media pages. It'll bring more. The few people that watch it, it'll bring more eyes to it. It'll probably bring more eyes to it since he is going to be a part of it. But trust and believe, the Pro Bowl is terrible. Is this good for Shedeur? Of course it is. Who cares what your stats are? You show up to that Pro Bowl and people are going to watch you. It's going to somehow generate him more money. But the Pro Bowl in general has been ruined by the NFL. I'm just here to say that. Nobody should be. The people mad at Shedeur, the NFL for picking Shedeur for the Pro Bowl. Who cares? The Pro Bowl's been ruined. The Pro Bowl has been ruined for years. They turned it into flag football. I don't care if they pick my daughter for the Pro Bowl. Who cares? It's flag football now. So there's nothing to be mad about. Why are you mad they picked him? You're mad they picked him to play flag football? Come on, man. There's nothing to let the man go play flag football, and he'll have some cameras on him. It'll bring him some social media payments, and he'll go about his business. Y'all out here, oh my God, look at his stats. Look at how did he make the Pro Bowl with these stats? Because it's flag football. They out there playing flag football now. Ain't no hitting, ain't no helmets, ain't no pads. They're playing flag football for the Pro Bowl. It's a hot steaming pile of ass. Who cares who plays? Y'all looking at stats, look at them stats. Yeah, everybody, people with big stats turn it down anyway. Ever since they changed it to flag football, the major QBs all turn it down. Next. Giannis got hurt again in basketball news. Giannis got hurt again, pulled his calf muscle or something again. This is the second time this season. Look, man, I'm just putting this up just to say that he's going to get traded. All of these injuries, they holding this, they keeping this man under like this so he can be moved. He's gonna be moved. This Bucks team is ass. They keep getting destroyed. Kevin Porter Jr. is hurt. So they're in even worse condition now. They're missing Kevin Porter Jr. and Giannis, the two best players on the team. This Bucks team is in very bad position, and I just don't think Giannis is gonna put up a whole nother year off season with this team. It's over. And if they don't trade him by the deadline, the Bucks are fools because nothing is about to happen with this team. Last, before we get up out of here, my Guardians re-signed Jose Ramirez to another 7-year, $175 million extension. Great, that's great. I'm so happy he did. Jose is the best, but he could make a lot more money elsewhere. He chooses to stay for, on a budget for Cleveland because he loves Cleveland. That's awesome. That's why he's my favorite player. Now do it with Quan. Cleveland is so cheap. They do this with Ramirez, great, and then they go get AAA players to fill out the rest of the route. Keep doing this. Do it with Quan next. Do not let Quan just walk away, Offer him enough money to where he wants to stay. You quit letting good players. You can't win with just Ramirez. You got to surround him with help. And Cleveland is really bad at surrounding Jose with help. Quan is one of the best contact hitters in baseball. Do it with Quan. And something's telling me that they're not going to do it with Quan. And in the headlines when Quan becomes a free agent is Quan's going to be on the freaking Dodgers or something. Do it with Quan. Because if you let Quan go, then we're moving backwards. Right now we're moving forward. You re-sign Jose. Do it with Quan. Verb Jones, 345. We're out here in 12 minutes today, man. And we're doing 2 podcasts a month now. So we'll get you 2 more podcasts in February. Make sure you jump on the TikTok. TikTok is right up above, 3_4_5_sports.talk. 345 Sports Talk. And the YouTube 345 Sports Talk. You can find it all on there, man. Here's the buzz sprout for the people watching the screen. And we out of here, man. It's Wednesday. It is -7 degrees here. It is absolutely freezing outside, and I have to go do a little bit of work, which just sounds terrible. Anyways, man, we out of here. Hope you enjoy the Super Bowl. Again, I got the Seahawks, and I think you should have the Seahawks.